All right. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna grab a Coke. And then we shall start. I don't have it on the tablet yet. I need to do like a checklist for this, or like have some sort of downside for any of the setup steps that I forget to set up a stream. Just gonna get it on the screen, and then I'll grab a Coke, and then we'll get started. Today's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try OpenCode, which I've never tried, and then also I'm gonna burp directly into the mic. I know I'm on the screen. I know you can see the back of my head. Yeah, and then we're going to I'm going to talk about like a new feature that I have an idea for. Why is the camera freaking out? Does it like not know what to zoom to when I do that? Oh yeah, it doesn't know what to zoom to, so it's like throbbing. That's weird. All right, well, I'm not gonna freak the camera out. All right, I'm gonna grab a Coke. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. When do we have Coke? All right, so. Why is the volume not going down? Why is the volume just not working? What the hell? I don't think that changes it for you, so I'll just do that. Okay, cool. So we have that 100%. I think we are good to go. So now my webcam isn't working? Or it's because it wasn't on. Now there we go. Ah, yes, we have this problem. So my camera like stags a little bit, or like moves back or something. So like I just don't want there to be a little yeah, see? Like there's something that's pushing against it back there that's causing it to just rotate a little bit. But anyways, we are good to go. Okay, so I have a new little friend that I installed called OpenCode. So I can just run this in my terminal right now. And yeah, so it's just a little like local, I don't think it's fully local, but it's a little like agent that that I've just been thinking I've been wanting to tinker with. And I actually, so I realized something that So I realized that my camera is in front of all of the commands that I'm typing in terminal and stuff. So what I might do is I might like just build permanently. Wait, can I? Oh wait, no, I can put terminal to bottom right. And then when I open it, and if I say open build, then I can always have build be there, and then my terminal is just here. But I think I killed OpenCode when I did that. So I probably should run OpenCode in another terminal, but I also don't really want to. All right, hello. How can I help you with your project today? Well, can I take a look at this project, analyze it, and give me a report outlining its architecture, key structural details that a new developer on the team, let's say like senior developer, that would want to know. Maybe something very generic and just like seeing what it can do. I was gonna waste some tokens. I do like the throb. Control X up. Ooh. Cool. Okay, so that's doing its thing, and I just kind of want to see what it's gonna run into, and then we'll go from there. Average view duration is going up. Okay, cool. I did also just want to double check that this posted. Eugene, what are you complaining about? Just stop it. It's very bright outside. I wonder if I can like get this bottom one to go up at all. Yeah. It's like reflecting off of a specific slat, and it's very in my face. How can I just like view my profile on LinkedIn? So confusing. Last week was huge. Yes, we did it. Okay, cool. Okay, so here we have the output. liftbro is a Kotlin multi-platform mobile fitness tracking application built for Android and iOS. Yeah, workout tracking app. Sick. This is actually pretty quick too. KMP, Jetpack composed multi-platform, SQL Delight, clean architecture, networking, revenue cat, KMP, subscription management, Firebase. I do integrate those, but I don't actually use them. It's also something that I really need to do, but it's just not a fun thing to do, right? I need it because I don't need it. It would just be very helpful to know how users are using the application. That would like definitively be helpful. It's just not really what I'm looking to do right now. And also like I'm not gonna lie. Like I also probably, can you see? Yes, you can see all my stuff now. I'm not gonna lie. I also probably would. Let's just center this. I probably wouldn't actually look at it, but I should. You know, say as I do, do as I say, not as I do, right? Shittiest phrase ever, but just because somebody does something doesn't mean that they know that they shouldn't be doing it. Repositories, yeah. Data flow, nav coordinator. Shared state, lifting log. Yeah, this is all Modern KMP project demonstrating green architecture principles with some experimental approaches that provide both learning opportunities and areas for architectural refinement. What, how do I now type in this? Is it like crashed? Whoa! What? Oh, like the text is broken. Oh, that's why. What areas may need refinement? Technical debt and refinement areas. Dependent. Manual dependency injection through the code base. Hard to maintain, test, and scale. That is very true. So it suggests using a library, which I don't want to do. I would like to instead try and figure out my own scalable framework. That would definitely be my goal there. State management inconsistencies. Some use state handler. What? MVI inconsistent. Some screens follow MVI pattern. Yes, this is true. That's true. Custom navigation controller, additional maintenance burden, standard navigation, evaluate if custom solution provides enough value. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, that is true. So this is all correct for the most part. Some of these are like decisions that I've actually made myself. I would like to instead maintain my own DI framework. I have plans to extract this into its own library and then be injected at the app level. Be injected at the app level. I'm just getting at like context here. Can I? No, can't. No. Register singleton, register factory. That is not how I want it to do. Replace manual factories one time root DI container. Yeah, that's a good strategy. Can you give me some examples of state management inconsistencies? I should be using Flovi interactors for all screens. Yes. Like there are some places where I'm definitely like collecting in the UI where it's just like legacy operations. Long-running operations, code organization. Yes, that's fair. Scaffold state. That's fair. That's fair. I'm just not being like as crazy as I could. Yeah, so that's definitely, this is definitely legacy old stuff. That's fair. Yeah, so this is all just kind of legacy stuff, or just like things that I actually kind of considered just to be UI state. Which they could be part of their own interactor, like the dialogue itself could have an interactor that then gets shared and stuff like that, but I don't know if I want to expose it that heavily. I don't know, a lot of these cases it's just to... Okay, that's fair. I would... Okay, so there is something that I've wanted to do for a while. Let's see how OpenAI handles this task. I think it's fairly small, right? It has the context of the project. It knows that it's Android, iOS. Okay, so oh, is the problem the... yes. The problem was the text size, because I was doing the zoom in. Okay, so, okay. So the feature that I wanted to add, but it's really just like, so the thing about AI agents personally for me is that I find that if I'm going to use an AI agent to do a thing, in this case, I'm going to use it to automate extracting localizable strings and then potentially localizing them. So I want to task an AI agent with doing that. So I know that I'm going to send a prompt to the agent. It is going to then return a list of all the strings, then update the code. I find using agents to write stuff for other agents is kind of the best way to do it, right? It's like you're using AI to talk to AI, which sounds really, really stupid, but I find that that's kind of the best way to do it. If I tinker around with it myself, I end up with something 1,000 times better if I just say like, hey, my plan is that I want to inject something into another agent, explain how to do that, and also probably write the prompts, because they're going to know how to, they generally know how to do that. So what I want to do is I want a new GitHub workflow for this project to handle string extraction to string resources, as well as localization. I don't actually need either to happen right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to handle string extraction to string resources, as well as localization. Why don't we just do it? Because the thing that I'm running into is that there's kind of two solutions for this. So what I want to do is I want to have a workflow on GitHub that whenever I push code, it's just going to analyze the code that was changed. It'll extract all the strings and move them into string resources. For those that don't know, string resources is, let me also zoom in on this a bit. So string resources is a Android system that is also a Kotlin multi-platform system through the use of a library that basically lets you put all of your strings in these nice XML files, because Android likes to solve problems with, or liked to solve problems with XML. And then you just have these various other string files that exist, and then if somebody goes into Spanish, French, or Portuguese, it will... If your phone is in that localization, it will just use that language, right? So it's super easy to maintain. So, but when I'm typing code, I mostly just want to type like tempo. For me to what I would have to do manually is like go in here, make a new string, make sure that it's localized wherever possible, right? And then instead here, wherever I was. I would go res.string, or I would go string resource, res.string. Whatever that key is, right? But that's annoying. I have to think of a key name. It's just, it's like extra brain power work that doesn't really matter, right? Like it does matter, but it's very small. Just a decision needs to be made. It doesn't matter what that decision is, but around key naming, around localization, just something needs to be made. So I want to write a workflow that whenever I push code, it analyzes any of that changed code and does the extraction, right? So it just takes it and pushes it out to string resources and updates the code. So now let's go back to terminal as well as localization. I can't hit shift enter in this. As well as localization. Handle string extraction, string resources, as well as localization. This workflow should use Gemini to... Wait, no, I guess not really. This workflow should find... I don't want to tell it to use Gemini, because then it's just going to say like, hey Gemini, look at these files and extract everything, right? Which it might be good at doing because I want it to be contextual, but I'm just going to be a little bit more generic because I want it to pick... I don't think AI is just the right solution the entire time. So this workflow should find all of the raw string references in any composable annotated functions. It should extract that string into presentation, into string resources slash where is it? It is compose resources. Into compose resources slash values slash strings.xml. Thank you, Eugene, for knocking my mouse over. The key for the extracted string should be named. The key should be semantic based on the string's usage. Example, not the value that the string key will represent. Example, welcome on the dashboard word string. Example, the welcome title would be named dashboard screen title, not welcome. Other examples might be edit set screen primary CTA content description. The format should be screen name, component name, field slash description. The format should be that. What else do I want to do? This workflow should also translate any of those strings and place them in the corresponding values folder. Yes, FRET. This workflow will trigger when any PR is submitted, targeting main. It will scan the changes for any raw strings and submit a PR back to the triggering PR with updated string XML files, as well as updated references and imports within the Kotlin files. Ugh. Oh, and I wanted this all to be side build. Needs to be exacted. Yes, there are a lot. Oh, it's going hard. All right, I need to telegrade this. What the fuck? What are you doing? Add lift should be extracted. Dashboard add lift button title. Yeah. String resources, dashboard. This is so fucking cool. Okay, so I don't what's lever translate? How does this work? It's like black shit in my neck. It's trying to take away share and change the works. Okay. So, like, can I use... Can I use Libra? What was it called? Libra translate for my liftbro project. It uses the AGPL v3 license. I spelled license very wrong there. Yes, you can, but matters immensely because of since you build Kotlin Multiplatform, spicier than standard GPL because it closes the SAS. If the user interacts with your software over a network, you must provide the source code of that software. How you can use it without open sourcing liftbro. You may only need to share the source code. Oops. Yoast Central that all liftbro users hit. You must provide a prominent link to your app's UI, source code of that translation service. So I think I can use this. Libra translates sounds like the best option, but I don't have the time to integrate it right now. Let's set up all of this to use Gemini. Gemini will also translate, but let's keep it built in a way that I can swap out the key, yeah. But I would need, so let's just to self-host, which, well, no, but I don't have the time to fully set it up right now. Let's use Gemini. I can provide a token via GitHub for the translation. Yeah, let's add widely spoken languages. Sure. Wait, what? Oh, you fucking... Nah. Just ask those 3 questions again. I just want to go back. Okay, so that's going to be doing that. What I also wanted to do today, while that's kind of doing its thing, I guess we can kind of just show this here while it's going. So I wanted to make a timer feature. So let's timer, right? So the idea here, Eugene, please stop knocking my mouse around. I know you're not going to, but I still would just like it if you did. So from, I guess it is going to be, I just want to highlight these and move them over, because from the tempo selector, there's going to be like a little clock here, right? That when you tap it, it's going to go to this page. Why is this so weird now? Okay, so it's going to go over here, which is basically the idea is that it's going to be a... Okay, so I would like use 4 how should I handle with extracting strings that might already exist? Fail the workflow and require manual review. Create a new suffix, replace existing references, because I am going to review all of these myself. Add widely spoken languages, Japanese, Chinese, Arabic, Russian. Yes. Maybe translate and then confirm. So the idea that I have here is I kind of just want it to be fairly similar to like a stopwatch, right? So let me just look at a clock quickly. So we have a timer, a stopwatch, just start, stop, start, stop. So what I'm thinking about doing is, like, we have this like timer. So there's gonna kind of be like a few different states here, right? Because we have the like start, and then there's also, so there's this, yeah. So what I'm thinking is that there's like a start page. There is a timer like active, and then there is a timer like finished. There could also probably be like pause, active / pause. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do this. So you got the push. So this is going to be coming from the edit set screen. So you're going to be coming. Ooh, let's answer this. Field description format. Generate semantic names. Update strings.xml. Translate using LibreService. LibreTranslate. Submit a PR back. Pattern to find regex of hard-coded strings. Sick. Only files changed in the PR. Already using string resources. Empty strings. Edit list screen. Text would become title, content description, end of screen title, adding a bunch of things. So it would be really nice if you stopped mapping my hand with your tail every 5 seconds. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I need to get like a better... Oh, yeah. I'm like way too wide in this right now. Oh. Extract changes to identify technical implementation details. Extract raw literal based on position purpose. Section equals text. Button text. Placeholders. Placeholder. Free self-hosted option. Error handling. Rate limit to avoid API overuse. That is fine. Proceed. Do you have any questions or modifications to the plan? I would like you to proceed with the plan. So what we're gonna have here is it's gonna kind of be like a flow, right? So you're gonna start at, okay, so we've asked it to do the thing. You damn, it's in my way! It's in my way! And you keep popping my mouse around! Yeah. And then we're gonna have like rest. Then I'll have like a rest, and then like, okay, so I'm just gonna keep it there for now, right? So it'll kind of look like this, and then there will be some sort of indication that these will loop. So it'll be like some sort of, and I'll go like 3x, right? So that'll be like the amount of reps, and then it'll say like start up 10 seconds, so it goes like 10, 9, 8, and then the active timer will just be like a big one of these. And there'll be like another one. It's like exactly the same, but like a little bit bigger. Right, and this has like It's like 10 seconds counting down. It'd be like this behind it. How do I make these like... Yeah, so basically like these are going to be like counting down, and then this will be like next timer. This will be like previous timer. It's hard to kind of show what's going on here, but this will, I guess I'll put like a background here, and then this will be behind as well. 10 seconds counting down, so that'll be going, and then we'll also just kind of have a big ol' pause button at the bottom here. Why can't I guess this has to go like back more layers? Okay, and then I'll just make this one wait as well. And then we're also just gonna go back all the layers. And then timer finished. Oh, this is done? This is so much. String extraction, then string extraction script. Analyze the context of a string. Yeah, this just seems like crazy overkill. Has it made those changes? Might be something, because like the context is so important. It's the thing I don't like about what it's done right now is it's very hard coded. It's like, hey, does this button have a save? Does it have this? Like, there's going to be so many more options that come up just willy-nilly, and I don't want to have to go back into this script to constantly change it. You're absolutely right. Using a dramatically simpler, maybe design the approach. Text display versus technical strings, better semantic keys. Yeah, LLM choices. Looking to proceed. Yes, let's proceed with the LLM option. All right. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and then I'm also gonna take a step outside. So I will be back in a little bit. I am going to actually just put the "be right back" text up here. It's back starting on timer, which is the code that we have here, and then also the AI is working on this side. So yes, I will be right back. Uno segundo. You have already been 10 minutes. Alright. We are here. And I have a 3D printed Leonardo. A lot of brackets on them still. I found these on. Yeah, I got a bunch of them here. So I got Michelangelo. His nunchucks broke off. I have to glue them back. Also, his belt broke off, and Sarah threw it out. We got Raph. And then we got Donnie. They're actually pretty good. They're a little bit off. Like, there's always just something. Like, Donnie doesn't have a belt for some reason. Everybody else does. Leo's also, like, holding his sword weird. And there's, like, his other sword he's just grasping at. I don't know. It's weird. There's just, like, ever so slightly something wrong with each of them. And I don't really know why, but... oh well. Maybe it's just... that's how they got them 3D printed. So, alright, cool. Self-hosted or... I'm gonna use Gemini just because that is what I currently pay for. One file per call, better isolation, higher cost. Group related files. Let's do smart batching. Then I will want to update this to be a local LLM. I think smart batching is the best way anyways, because I would want to save on CPU cycles. So like smart batching I think is just the right answer. If it can do that. And then okay, so now let's start building this. Or do I want to even like try and throw this at something? No, because I'm building this. Okay, so I'm building Grr. Why can't I think right now? I'm gonna build this, and then I'm building that localization thing so it can just kind of function. Okay, so we are going to go to the edit set screen. Let's at least make a way to get in here. So if I go to the edit set screen and I look at the UI, I'm going to go into the tempo selector. The tempo selector is now going to have another little icon button here on click. And then this is going to just have an icon of vector or image vector icons, default clock. Punch clock? Sync clock? Oh, sync lock. That's auto. Timer? Yeah, that works. So then you hit that, it is going to, or do I have tempo state? Yeah, I guess I'll just Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna. I know that whenever it hits, it's gonna go. And then we're going to create extension property. No, I want to create a. Oh, right. Because now this is. Destination. So I don't want to pull it from Navi. I want to pull it from here. And then now I can add extension. No, I don't want. I still don't want an extension property. What I want is object or class timer, and then I am gonna force it to pass an LB set for now. So basically, you're gonna start a timer. Well, really, I want the timer to be based on something, right? So it's gonna know maybe something about a specific lift, or it's gonna know something about a tempo. Hi, dude. So maybe let's just give it a tempo. Excuse me. So that's all I know for now. I don't want to actually create one there, right? Yeah, so that's just going to be a timer based on tempo. Now I'm going to run this and it's going to error out other places. How are you doing? I'll get used to terminal being over here. Okay, let's see what it's doing. Average PR 5 to 10 changes. Monthly cost 20 PRs. Okay, yeah, that's more than fine in terms of cost. Version approach 2,000 lines of complex Python. 70% reduction in work. Yeah, that is why I wanted to do this. Okay, LM extractor, single LM private translation service. Generate 2.5. Yeah, that's fine. So group files by complexity and content. What the hell is going on here? So group files by complexity and content type. String group. Sorry, something keeps flashing on my screen over here. Oh no. Viewers are not receiving good enough. Okay, so my internet might be crapping out a little bit. Apologize if that is happening. I'm just looking at this. I mean, I'm just looking at text right now. Create optimal batches. Simple files, context, complex files. So what's happening here? We get the screen and complexity, and then we append them, and then we get the simple files and the complex files, and then we, if simple files, so if it has something, then we extend the simple files to a max of 5. Otherwise, we extend with a new batch. Cool. That makes sense. Gemini. Then I just have to pass in a Gemini API key. Okay, let's see how this works. And then usage monitoring, cost tracker. Build the plan. Sick. Okay, so now let's go back to a timer. App router, sick, that's what we wanted. So when we have the timer, we are going to add create the timer screen. Or it's gonna be like the, yeah, so it's just gonna be the timer screen. And then okay, so we are in presentation. Yeah, okay. So these are all the features. So this is going to be timer. So we are going to have a file of blank timer screen. And then is there I remember seeing, okay, so yeah, let's create this timer screen first. Well, okay, so the timer, we are just going to go for it, but we are going to start with a data class of timer state. And this is what we're actually going to use for so now, I guess I'll just, so, okay. So it's gonna finish, and what if I just say like, no, I don't want to generate it yet, because I want it to actually, the thing I want it to generate is the actual, like, no, I'm not gonna use this. I'm not gonna use Gemini. I'm going to use OpenCode. That's the entire point of today. Okay, so timer screen, now we have we want to get the lifting scaffold. No, do I want the lifting scaffold? Yeah. Actually going to the stream seems to have restarted. I also realized I have not put away the be right back text. Oops. Are we back? Okay. So we really just want this to be a so I don't really want it to be a column because like if it's a widescreen, I want it to be horizontal, and if it's a so we're just gonna do some, what was it? Why? Automatically update the current window size. Oh. I did not know that that was a thing. That's fucking sick. What was it? It was like size class. Where is it? It's like tablet mode, current window, adaptive info. All right, we're back. How do I? Okay, we're just gonna do this for phones first. What the fuck is happening? Some weird shit is happening. Okay, so we have the tablet mode, but what we were just going to do is we were going to have a column. This column is going to have a horizontal pager. So this is not what we're going to have yet. Oh, this is actually going to be, yeah, this one's actually going to need to be a vertical or lazy column, because this one is going to have like the startup, it's going to have the tempo, and then it's going to have the rest, right? So that's fine. So we have the lazy column. This is just going to have, so we have a timer state, we have the tempo, we have the start up, which is, well, it can be, I guess technically they could want it to be like 2.5 seconds or something like that, but let's just yeah, it's just going to be, so startup, and then we have the tempo, and then